Let's take a look. If we go into the course, for example, course 4, focusing on assessment, it covers the monitoring center, the performance dashboard, and the course reports. The monitoring center is about identifying struggling students. It's about these terms. It asks, with 50 or 60 students, who is struggling in the grading center? It shows a table of struggling students. These students have issues. Their problems include missed deadlines, incomplete assignments, no grades, lack of engagement, no alerts, and not accessing the course. So this is the problem. If you open your course and go to the monitoring center, the idea is based on identifying struggling students. This monitoring center focuses on three key terms. It asks you to check in the grading center who is struggling. It shows a table of struggling students. Problems include missed deadlines, incomplete assignments, no grades, low engagement. Many details exist. The monitoring center finds struggling students. Clicking students leads to notifications. The table shows the struggling students. These students have problems. They miss deadlines, don't complete assignments, lack grades, engagement, alerts, and course access. This is the problem. The monitoring center tracks struggling students, and I can message them. If I click student 9, I go to notifications. I click students to select student 9. I send my message to student 9. If there are supervisors, message to student 9 can also go to them. The monitoring center tracks struggling students. I can message any student like student 9 via notifications. To notify, I click students, which selects student 9. I send my message to student 9, and if there are supervisors, they can receive the same message. To send only to the student, I choose students. Clicking students opens an email-like interface asking who is it going to. It goes to student 9. Who is it from? Your name appears. The course and subject performance alert are listed. You can write any message. Only student 9 is selected as I focus on them. I want to message student 9. If there are supervisors, the message also goes to them. To send only to student, choose students. I say students. Saying students opens an email. It asks who to and goes to students. Your name appears as sender. Course and subject, performance alert are listed. Write any message. A default message is provided, which you can keep or delete. Write your message. To send a copy to yourself, select that option. But if I only want to send it to the student, I choose students. It opens an email. It goes to students. The course and subject performance alert are listed. Write any message. Keep it if you want. Delete if needed. Write your message. Specify if you want a copy sent to your email. Click send after specifying. Attach files if needed. Now, addressing all students. You can write any message here. The system gives you a default message. If you want that message to stay, select and delete it. Write any message. Also, if you want this message or email to reach the student and need a copy sent to your email, specify below. Click send to send this message. If you want to attach a file for the student, attach a file, image, or anything. Now, to address all students, click the red bar labeled 6. Clicking shows 6 students involved in missed deadlines. They failed deadlines for assignments, tests, and activities. You can specify the email for all students. Click the send button to send this message. Attach any file, image, or other. No problem. Addressing all students. To message all, click the red bar 6. It shows 6 students missing deadlines. They missed deadlines for assignments, tests, activities. 2 students, student and student, missed alerts, not accessing the course. To message these 2, select and notify students. To message all 6, select and notify students. Send the message. If you want to send a message to all the students, just click on that long red bar that says 6. When you click on it, it will show you that these 6 students are all involved in the deadlines that have been missed. They have all failed to meet the deadlines for assignments, tests, and activities. All of these are issues, and there are also 2 students, student 9 and student 4, who have also missed alerts, meaning they haven't even accessed the course at all. So, if you want to send a message to these 2, you can select them and say notify students. If you want to send to all 6, just select all 6 and say notify students. You'll be sending them the message. Got it? All of these are issues. And there are also 2 students, student and studentum, who have also missed alerts, meaning they haven't even accessed the course at all. So if you want to send a message to these 2, you can select them and say notify students. If you want to send to all 6, just select all 6 and say notify students. You'll be sending them the message. All right, did you get that? You can send the message in the same way I explained earlier. Now let's assume that student 9 and student 4 are the ones we're talking about. These 2 are indeed the ones. These 2 are indeed the ones. The rest of this is all about responding everything is fine, but students 9 and 4 are the ones who have issues. And I want to keep them here under my monitoring. They are now here on the left. So I come here to student 9. There is something called the word control. Click on it. It has turned golden. If I go to the monitoring center, you'll notice student 9 is here. When they last accessed the course, their activity, and grade. No grade, missed 7 deadlines for all tasks. In the monitoring center, I have student 9 and student 4, both under monitoring. No more issues, all is fine. If not needed, click to remove. Click icon or remove label. Remove label for student 4. I either monitor or remove them. This concerns the monitoring center and students. They are always on the left, status visible. No more issues, all is fine. If not needed, click to remove. I click on that label. Or go into student 9 and remove the monitoring label. Then I go into student 4 and remove that monitoring label as well. So what do I want? I've either monitored them or removed them from that left section. This is regarding the part above in the monitoring center, which is related to the struggling students. But the part below is for you, Professor. Struggling students. But the part below is for you, Professor. It's repeated. This is for you. How? For example, they are telling you, honestly, the evaluations. These are the evaluations for example, research that still needs grading. There is something called research. You were supposed to submit something called research, and in an attempt that hasn't been graded yet, there is an assignment and there are attempts. You haven't given her a grade? I don't know about the assignment and why is that. It needs grading and there's a message you sent. So this shows your course activities. If you, for example, click on research or assignment 432, it shows grades needing grading. Clicking shows attempts needing grading. Student 5 and 8 have 3 attempts each. Click to open and check student attempts. Your activity section shows announcement numbers. It tells you posted 59, 10, or 2 announcements. It shows your announcements and the last one posted. Last announcement 7/5/2024 regarding the monitoring center. The performance dashboard is in course management. Oh, student 5 has 3 attempts and student 8 has 3 attempts. To open the attempt, you click and see what it is and check the attempt of that student. Regarding your activity section, it also shows you the number of announcements you've posted. It tells you that you've posted 59 announcements, for example, 10 announcements, 2 announcements, and it shows you the announcements you've posted. The announcements you've posted. Published on 7/5/2024. The performance dashboard in course management, like the grade center, shows last access. It lists student name, ID, and role. It shows last access, e.g., student 4 on March 26, 2023. A column, days since last access, shows days since last login, like 4/16 or 8. Today is May 15th, and you might find the student logged in today. Clicking on it reveals last access in the grade center. It shows the student's name, ID, and role, student or teacher, along with their last access date. For example, student 4 last accessed the course on March 26, 2023. A column days since last access indicates days since their last login, like 4/16 or 8 days. Today is May 15th, so if a student logged in today, it shows 0 days. If it says 1 day, they logged in yesterday. If never appears, it means the student has never accessed the course. So if a student claims they accessed the course but had issues, you can point out never next to their name. My last access to the course was on March 26, 2023, and it also shows me a fourth column, days since last access, which shows how long it's been since the last time they logged in. It could be 416 days, 8 days, or never. Today is May 15th, and if it says never, it means that this student has logged in today. But if it says 1 day, it means they logged in yesterday. Now, if you see the word never next to a student, note, the word never means that this student has never accessed this course. So when a student comes and says, I accessed the test or entered the course and had a problem, you can point out that they actually never entered the course because it says never next to their name. This is part of what we call the performance dashboard. But if it says 1 day, it means they logged in yesterday. Now, if you see the word never, pay attention to this part. The word never next to a student means that this student has never accessed this course. So, when a student comes and says, I accessed the test or entered the course and had a problem, you can point out that they actually never entered the course because it says never next to their name. This is important because if a student tells you they entered the test and then it crashed, this falls under what we call the setup dashboard. So this is an important aspect. So when you tell me that you entered the test and then it crashed, that's part of what we call the setup dashboard. This is an important aspect. So this is an important aspect